Honeybee Worker Day by Reyes. February 24th is Honeybee Worker Day. We're all so excited! We can't wait to find out what duties we will be assigned to in taking care of our hive and our queen. My teacher, Mrs. Colum, is teaching the first week students how to be the best honeybee workers they can be. Stop buzzing, she said. Listen up, you only have a few days to learn all you can about pollination and collecting nectar. Did you know that we honeybees make up to 80% of the pollination needed for agriculture? Without us, people probably wouldn't have enough food to eat. I said, wow, I didn't know we were that important. Yes, little honeybee, we are very important, said Mrs. Colum. We not only collect nectar to feed ourselves, but people around the world count on our honey and beeswax for many, many purposes in their daily lives. Now, let's get busy. After 3 weeks of learning and taking tests, I was finally assigned as a worker bee to Farmer Lincoln's almond orchard. I flew off excited to start collecting nectar for the first time. On my way to Farmer Lincoln's almond orchard, I started to get really hungry. I flew over a beautiful flower garden, and remembering my lesson about pollination, I decided to try out my nectar collecting skills. The flowers were so pretty, I had to try each one. I buzzed from one flower to another, sucking up enough nectar to fill me up until I reached my job in Farmer Lincoln's almond orchard. It sure is a long way, I thought to myself. I have been flying all day long. I kept telling myself to just keep going because so many people were counting on me to do my job. As the sun was setting, I arrived at Farmer Lincoln's almond orchard. There were already a whole bunch of worker bees busy pollinating the trees and collecting nectar. I also noticed all of the hives that were set up and ready for us to store our precious honey. I thought, wow, this is great! I hurried off to work, buzzing from tree to tree, collecting nectar and taking it back to my hive when I was full. I worked for several hours. I was tired from the day's long journey and the few hours I had worked. But when the day was done, I had helped pollinate more than 100 trees. I felt good. That was a lot for my first time out. After working an entire week, I realized that there was only 1 week left in my pollination season. Back and forth, I went all day long, pollinating almond trees and collecting nectar for 2 weeks straight. I have to keep going to make sure that my hive collects its 66 pounds of pollen for the year. I must be getting close because I'm beginning to feel more and more tired as each day passes. I remember my teacher, Mrs. Colum, telling us that when our work is done, our duties in life as worker honeybees will be over. This makes me very sad to think about, but I'll leave this life feeling very proud of the work that I did in taking part of the cycle of life. While I was researching, I found out that California was the food basket of the world. My mom likes to write, and so she motivates me, and my parents gave me a high five when I won, and they said good job. I'm the first person in our school to ever come here, and so I'll tell them about what happens, and if you win next year, you'll be surprised at what you're going to do.
Well, writing is very important in our school, and since we do live in an agricultural area, most of our students are involved in agriculture in one way or the other, it's a good way to combine it. So we teach writing, but we also teach the importance of agriculture in our everyday lives. So it's something that they can use their imagination for. Every subject that we do has something to do, I mean, we all have to eat. And so no matter what we're doing, whether we're doing science or math, whether we're using different symbols for something, food, we incorporate it. And anything that has to do with creative writing, if we tell them that they get to make up something on their own, it makes it theirs and it doesn't seem like a chore. It's something fun they look forward to. So our school does this every year and they look forward to it.